Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Say Yes to the Deck. I am so excited to make a decision and purchase something today. I don't know what it is. I've got itchy fingers. I want to press that buy button. We're gonna see how we do. I'm gonna dive in. If you're new to Say Yes to the Deck or new to my channel, welcome. Say Yes to the Deck is a series I do here on this space where I like to bring you guys along with me for my purchasing decisions. So I curate a list of decks I think I want, and then I try to narrow it down usually to just one deck. So I like to bring you along with me as I look at the various decks, try to get the list kind of narrowed down. I also like to look at decks in my own collection that may scratch the itch, kind of like my anti-hauls. So I like to look at other decks I have and see if that will change the decision about what I think I might want to get. And then when I think I've got it narrowed down to a couple of choices, I usually like to loop in Peggy, which I know is some of your guys' favorite parts, because she don't like me to spend money unnecessarily. So she helps me out. She's kind of like my voice of reason and can kind of help me like hone in on the decision I think I want to make. So interestingly today, there's a few sort of pippy kind of like Marseille decks that are on my radar. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up going with one of those. I've also got a couple Oracle decks, so I have no idea where this is gonna end up. I feel like I'm kind of excited about all of these, so I don't know. Let's dive in. So as usual, I have my phone here. I'm going to turn on a screen recorder so that I can share with you guys what I'm seeing as I'm seeing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that button, and here we are. So let's dive into it. So the first deck that is totally on my radar is this Tarot de Marseille Wait. Now, I don't know who first found out about this, but the word and the buzz has been going around the tarot community, and this one looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's look at some of these images. So as I understand it, the Tarot de Marseille Wait has Marseille-styled major arcana cards and kind of keeps that theme through the minor arcana, although the minor, as far as like the artistic style goes, like this medievally kind of artistic style, but the minor arcana are definitely basically clones of Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork, but in this other style. So it's got this very like medieval old feel, but it's cohesive because instead of just being like Marseille majors and then like Rider-Waite-Smith minors that is exactly Pixie's artwork, it's all in a cohesive art style, and I just think it's really pretty. I'm loving the look of both the majors and the minors in this deck. It has, again, that medieval feel, and it just, I don't know. So this one is really attractive to me. It's also mass market, and for a bit there, I think you could only get it on Amazon in France. So you can log into Amazon France with your Amazon.com or .ca or whatever login, I think is how it works. And then you order it, you'll pay shipping, of course, because it's coming from France. But I believe now you can find it on Amazon.com for obviously a higher price because I think they're then just bringing it into Amazon.com for you. The deck is fully in French, which means the guidebook's in French, but it's a Rider-Waite-Smith kind of deck. It's like a classic kind of deck, so I wouldn't need a guidebook. And this is real pretty. I'm trying to think if I have anything like it, and I've got a couple things I think we'll look at, but I don't think I want to eliminate this from the list. So no progress there. But every time I look at these images, I'm like, you're pretty. Like, look at this Six of Swords. Like, you're pretty, right? Oh, look, I can make the pictures bigger for you guys. There you go. You'll probably see it much better now. Oh my God, I love that this, whoever's blog this is, it literally says I'm fed up underneath the 10 of Wands. That's funny. It's really tiny, so you might not see it, but yeah, it doesn't bother me. The French titles don't bother me. It actually kind of adds to the feel of the deck, I think, in its own way. And I do know these cards. Anyways, I'm going to stop looking at pictures because this isn't coming off my list yet, so we might as well just keep it there. Let's look at the story cards. So the story cards, I think this has been out for a long time. I actually saw Kelly over at The Truth in Story doing a live walkthrough, and I managed to join her for it, at least part of it. And these cards are really pretty. Hopefully you can get a kind of feel for it the way that the images are showing up. It's very vivid and colorful. It's collage style. My only hesitation with this is beautiful. My only hesitation with this is I do have other decks in my collection that kind of look and feel like this a little bit. They're I think the one I have that's immediately coming to mind is the Inner Compass Oracle. And to be honest, I don't reach for it a ton. So I feel like I might be able to take this one off the list. As pretty as it is, and it's so colorful. The colors are always what get me. Also, I did recently pre-order a colorful deck. I pre-ordered the Seeds of Shakti Oracle, which is right up my alley, and it's got a lot of these vivid, bright colors too. I don't have that deck in my hands yet, so I think I can take this one off the list. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one off the list. Okay, we narrowed it down a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Color Mage Oracle. This one I can fully blame on Samantha Menzo. She recently did a really beautiful video, which I will link in the cards or in the description box down below, where she used this deck to do like a color magic style tarot reading. It was a really well done video, and I have had this deck on and off my radar for a very long time, and to be completely honest, I thought it was out of print, and I don't know what possessed me to Google this deck when, well, I know what possessed me, it was Samantha's video, but I saw Samantha's video and I Googled it and I'm like, well, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll find one on eBay or something. And I found a site that carries it. And I feel like I remember it being way more expensive. And in fact, when I found this site, which is linked from the Color Mage, oh, there's so many pop-ups on the site though. I find that really obnoxious. But anyway, the Color Mage, I think it's like thecolormage.com. I don't have it up. I will try to remember to have a link to that. It linked me right to this shop, web shop, where you can buy them. And it's the full 108 color therapy set. Now, when I first saw this deck, I thought all it was plain colors on cards, which as you can see, that is kind of, let's see if I can make these bigger. Will it let me? No, there's no bigger. This is what we get. I thought it was just plain colors on cards with the name of the color. But what I didn't know until I saw Samantha's video was that it actually has a small key phrase or keyword kind of thing along the bottom, and I was like, sold. I really want this deck. So this one is sitting pretty high up on the list. I don't know if I want it more than Tarot de Marseille weight, but this is one I definitely can't eliminate yet. One of the things that excites me about this is possibly using it as a chakra deck, and I think I'm going to talk more about that when I flip you around and we look at my tabletop, but this one is pretty. Also, I've been playing with a lot of color and paint and coloring again recently, and I feel like there could be some really fun applications of this where like I maybe do a reading for myself and then I color a page using those colors, and like my brain is going in all kinds of different directions of how I could potentially use this. So that's definitely sitting up there real high. Real high on my list right now. Soul Trees Oracle. This one is so pretty, and I've looked at this on and off for a really long time, and every time I see it I'm like, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna get it. And then I hesitate, which is one of the reasons it's on my say yes to the deck list. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't bring you along for every single purchasing decision. There are some impulse buys that happen where I just see something and I click the buy button. And I think you guys know how that is, because that's a thing that happens. This is me trying to be mindful. And it's really helpful to me to bring decks onto this video series or whatever that I'm like, I want it, but I haven't hit the button for some reason. And this is definitely one of those. It's beautiful. I wonder if the sameness of the trees will get to me over time. That's one of my hesitations with this, is that it may feel samey because trees, but they're so pretty, and there are chakra elements to this deck. See, here we go. Chakra cards. So that excites me, but I don't know otherwise. I don't know. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it has great expansive keywords. I don't think that's my dog. Shayla, are you itchy? She came in here and I made her stay, and she's grumping now. Like, you can't come in and out. That's not what we're doing. Anyway, I don't know. So we'll see. But this one I feel like I can't eliminate yet is the key point. Like, look at this surrender card, how pretty it is. And when I say the trees are samey, they're really not. Like, there's lots of personality and different colors and different things around the trees and different feeling of each tree. They're very emotive, even though they've got that element of all being trees. And I don't know. And I keep wanting this one and not pulling the trigger, so I don't know what my deal is, but like I can't eliminate it. I'm not doing a very good job of eliminating. Okay, let's go on to the next one. The Playing Marseille. This one's fully Dustin's fault, as was the Tarot de Marseille. Wait, actually, he's the one that told me about that one. I just remembered. So this one, this is really cool because it's like a playing card deck that has this antique-y old world feel with Marseille majors. Let me show you what I mean. So here's like, let's see. Oh, I think with this one we can make the pictures bigger. Yes. Okay. So here's our Fool card. Okay. I'll tell you right out the bat though, something that's actually already annoying me. This is something I had the Marshmallow. I'm interrupting myself. Well, I'll get to the point, I swear. I had the Marshmallow Marseille, which is adorable and has beautiful holographic backs, and I still traded that deck. And some of you guys who love classic decks, some of you guys who love classic decks are probably going to be super annoyed with me in a second, but I didn't like how the paint goes outside the lines. And that is a very classic thing with a lot of old world style Marseille decks, is you'll see this like watercolor flowing outside the lines. I don't know why this bothers me. I don't know, because I even like some watercolor art that goes outside the lines like this. I like the flow, I like the movement. I don't know what my problem is. I guess I'm just being a little bit on the neurotic side. I literally don't know, but like I can't deal with it. I don't know what my problem is. So I think I may actually be able to eliminate for this deck for that reason alone. Dustin's going to kick my butt because this is such a pretty deck, but I just don't think I can get over it. I do love the playing card style pips though, in this like fun Marseille kind of styling. I think they're really pretty. But that outside, look, even here on this heart, it goes outside the lines. No, I can't do it. Well, that was easy. Look, I eliminated something. Woo! Okay, so we are down to the Tarot de Marseille weight, the Color Mage Oracle, and the Soul Trees Oracle. Right? Right, that's pretty good. I did some good eliminating. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to look at some decks from my own collection that may help make the decision making a little easier. And we're going to do that, and then I'm going to talk to Peggy. Okay, so first deck on the list that I want to look at some comparisons around is the Tarot de Marseille weight. So here's kind of what I'm thinking with that one. So I'm kind of thinking, there's my dog coming back in. I'm kind of thinking with the Tarot de Marseille weight, like what capacity would I use that deck? It's kind of a classic feeling deck. It's kind of a deck that it's a very Rider-Waite-Smith. Let's be honest with myself for just a second here. I don't reach for my classic decks as often. I adore them and I love using them for study. I love using them, but I don't reach for them a ton. I don't reach for them as pip decks because, of course, these aren't pip decks like a Marseille deck might be. So the fact that it's actually Pamela Coleman Smith artwork, which I think is, or her style of illustrating the minors, is one of the things that really attracts me to this deck. But because it's not pips, I wouldn't reach for it to fill the gap for a pip deck. Am I making any sense? Is anybody like picking up what I'm laying down here? So let's just chat. Let me just think out loud while I take a look at my classic Rider-Waite-Smith, which, as you can see, is in order. You know why? Because I reach for the Centennial Rider-Waite-Smith, which is my favorite coloring of the Rider-Waite-Smith that I currently have. I reach for this deck for study. I reach for it because I want to compare cards for a walkthrough or something. But I don't typically reach for this deck to read with. It just was never a deck that I learned on, so it's not a deck that I feel like I need to reach for or feels extra comfy reaching for readings. It's beautiful to read with, don't get me wrong, but I love all the different versions of this deck, so I tend to reach for clones, I tend to reach for decks with other artwork. Deep respect for this deck, yes. But is it one that I like get excited to reach for to do a reading? No. So being honest with myself about that, I think, is really important as I'm considering possibly purchasing a deck that is really truly a clone, just with a slightly different art style. So there's that. Now, another deck that feels very classic in that way is the Robin Wood Tarot, and I love this deck so much. I've done a full deep dive. It was actually, I think, the first really deep dive video that I ever did, and I love this deck. I love the way it feels. I love its charm and its personality and the facial expressions, but it feels very classic, and because it feels very classic, again, I don't reach for it for everything. And I think as I'm just saying this stuff out loud or thinking out loud, I just keep coming back to, yeah, like as much as I think that Tarot de Marseille weight is beautiful, I think it would end up sitting on my shelf because it doesn't have, I reach for older looking decks sometimes because I want the pip element, because I want that numerology, I almost said numerology, but I was trying to say numerological or numerology, and I just, the emphasis is different. Anyways, if I'm not reaching for an older fashioned or old, I don't know how else to say it, an old fashioned deck, I literally can't talk today. If I'm not reaching for it because it's an old fashioned deck and I want that aesthetic, or if I'm reaching for an old fashioned deck with that aesthetic, I often find that I like pips because that's what those older decks make me feel like. Or make me want. I don't know how to say what it is I'm thinking. I'm having a hard time, but maybe you understand. I think I can actually take the Tarot de Marseille weight off my list, but let me think about it. It's really pretty, and I love looking at it, but I wonder if I would actually reach for it for readings, and I don't know that I would. I also have another classic deck that sort of scratches this itch that I did not grab. Let me grab that. Yeah, so here's another deck that has this feel, and I think actually thinking about it, this is the closest that I have to that Tarot de Marseille weight, and it's the Hoods Tarot. This is out of print, but I managed to find a copy locally, and I really love this deck. Yes, okay, this is it. This totally scratches the itch. It's got actually a very similar style to the artwork. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit more. It's got a very similar style to the artwork. Yes, this is totally it. This is what I want. I'm good. Yeah, it's got like that like kind of flowiness that art style had in the Tarot de Marseille weight. I love this deck so much. And this has that medieval feel. It's very Rider-Waite-Smith clone, but it also goes its own way in some spots. This scratches that itch 1000%. This is the deck. This is the deck that does it. So I don't need that deck at all, actually. Not even a little bit. This, and I love, this is one of my favorite death cards. I love that so much. Okay, yeah, I'm super good. It's got that medieval feel. It's Rider-Waite-Smith clone. I like the majors. I love the minor arcana. I love the close-up feel to a lot of the characters. This totally does it. Look at that strength card. Oh, this deck is great. So yeah, I don't even a little bit. Oh, I've got the title cards mixed in. Oops. Yeah, I don't even a little bit need that Tarot de Marseille weight. This totally... This is like bucket list quality right here because, oh, look at this star. I love it when the star card is in water. I think I've talked about it. Either the star card or the Nine of Cups. I love it when they're like deep in water. And I love all the astrology sort of like sea map looking thing that's behind them. Yeah, no, that's an astrological map. So it says Aquarius. Oh my God. I need to do a deep dive on this deck. Okay, anyways, I'm getting excited, and how excited I am about this outweighs how excited, look at the backs even. This outweighs how excited I was for that Tarot de Marseille weight. So that's actually an easy thing to cross off my list now. So glad I thought of the Hoods Tarot as I was looking at my Centennial and my Robin Wood, because yeah, this definitely fits the bill for me. Can we talk about how much I hate tuck boxes though? I should just take this. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm going to be keeping this. I've got this in a Peggy bag anyways. Let's just take these things out. And I'm going to store the box. Hello? Oh, it's never been flattened. I'm flattening it. I'm going to store this part. And this is just going to live in a Peggy bag because I don't like tuck boxes. So, happy. Problem solved. One. That means we're down to 2, you guys. Okay, let's talk about the Soul Trees Oracle. So I was trying to think of any deck in my collection that might kind of scratch the itch for this particular deck. And I was actually chatting with Dawn Michelle, and she mentioned the Plant Spirit Oracle, and I was like, yes, 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 yes. So the Plant Spirit Oracle by Dana O'Driscoll. This is the same creator as the creator of the, she also created the Tarot of Trees. And this has a really wonderful, beautiful, colorful feel to it, but it's not just trees. We've got trees and plants and flowers and herbs. It feels really gorgeous. The artwork is big and beautiful. There's wonderful keywords. I feel like there's an invitation with this deck to really dive into those natural energies. And I feel like there's enough variety in the artwork to keep me really interested. And I wonder if that's part of what it is with the Soul Trees, is that there's not enough variety in the types of plants and things depicted. It's just trees. And I sometimes have that problem with the Tarot of Trees, but the Tarot of Trees is just so darn cute. I can't, but I just love it. But I think because I have the Tarot of Trees, which I should have grabbed to show you, but I also have this, I kind of feel like I don't know. But then again, it's not trees. It's like plants, and I don't have a tree oracle. And I mean, Soul Trees would go really beautifully with the Tarot of Trees, wouldn't it? I mean, that would make a great pairing. Oh boy. But then again, like, how many tree decks do you need? I don't know. I think I need to keep Soul Trees on the list, because I don't think this is close enough to really scratch that particular itch. So I think I'm going to keep Soul Trees on there, which is good because I've already eliminated everything, but I think Soul Trees and what's the other one? The Color Mage Oracle. So I think this doesn't quite do it. The Soul Trees still is kind of in its own little niche, so I don't think I have anything that's close enough for me to feel like there's a lot of overlap. Okay, let's talk now about the Color Mage Oracle. So there's a couple things that appeal to me about the Color Mage Oracle. One of the things that appeals to me is the fact that the cards being simply colors, I feel like they would match, it would pair well with literally any deck. There's no art style to consider. It's literally these washes of color. And that's actually one of the things I truly love about this deck. This is the Inner Star Oracle deck, the Magic Edition. One of the things I love about this is because there's washes of color over top of scenes, and just these beautiful white sigils and then keywords. This deck matches beautifully with any deck. And I love that because sometimes you just want something that's going to look really beautiful next to your deck, but you don't have something that's close enough. And you're like, what am I going to put next to it? And this just pairs beautifully with anything. And again, that's one of the things I love about it. And so, yeah, I feel like it's in the same vein, but of course, instead of these sigils, which does give this deck a certain feel, instead of sigils, you just have the color and the keyword. And this one, as beautiful as it is, has a lot of the same kind of colors in it, right? We've got a lot of pinks and purples and greens and blues. But you're not seeing like oranges or yellows, right? There's a very specific color palette to this deck. I wouldn't use this deck to work with particular types of colors or chakras because it's not comprehensive enough in its color range. I also wouldn't use this deck for like art prompts or anything like that, or to like pick a color palette, because again, too limited in its color palette. Oh, that's kind of a peachy orange, but yeah, still no yellow. Anyways, so this one doesn't really do the same job, but I could see how, and this deck is again so useful in so many different situations. I could see how the Color Mage Oracle would be useful in all those same situations. So if anything, I feel like this almost reiterates why Color Mage Oracle might work really well in my collection. So yeah. Now, the other thing that gets me excited about the Color Mage Oracle, and I've talked about this before on my channel, I'm very, 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 very picky about chakras and how they're depicted in chakra decks in general. And I love working with this little Animantras deck by Katie Welsh. This is like the cutest deck. I love it so much. And what I did is I edged the cards to match up with each chakra color. So I've got, you know, crown chakra colors, I've got third eye, I've got throat, heart, etc., right? So I love using this deck in my chakra readings, but I am a little bit limited and they are teeny tiny cards. I would love a full-size deck that does the same job, but every chakra deck that I found, either the color associations aren't what I personally usually work with, or there's not enough cards for each chakra, or it's an art style I don't jive with, or. Like, I think I'm just so picky that it's almost impossible for me to find one that I really, really jive with. What's interesting is that the Color Mage Oracle has... Originally, I believe it was actually meant to be worked with as a chakra deck. And I believe there's at least 10 cards for each chakra color. And originally when that deck came out, I think it only had 70 cards, 10 for each chakra color. And then eventually other colors were added and it's now a 108 color or card deck. So I feel like that's actually one of the biggest draws, is I could definitely do this kind of thing with it where I work with it for my chakra readings. I have yet to get my hands on it to see if the keywords for every single color are going to line up perfectly with the chakras, but it's a really, really interesting start. And I think it would finally give me something else I could work with the chakras besides this, because this so far is the only thing that has ticked enough of the boxes for me to want to work with it for that reading. Whew, so, man, okay, so I've got to decide between the Color Mage Oracle and the Soul Trees Oracle. So I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to probably bounce some of these thoughts and feelings off of Peggy. We'll see if she has any advice for me. Because, and that's the other thing, is that the Soul Trees Oracle also has that chakra element to it. So it's literally kind of bridging the gap in a way. So it's got that like comprehensive keywords, some pretty art, and also it's got that chakra feel. And I don't know if the Soul Trees Oracle can be sorted into piles for each chakra the way that the Color Mage Oracle can. But it's clear that I definitely really want something else in my collection that has a chakra feel. So I think that's really where my focus needs to be. So it's pretty cool, actually, that I got narrowed down to two decks, both of which have that chakra element to them. So we shall see how we go here. Wish me luck. Hello. Hello. Okay, let me tell you about the two decks. Okay. I narrowed it down to two, so I did good in my part.
You narrowed down?
Yeah. Now you just need to help.
Look at him. He's like you're letting her buy things. Don't do it.
Okay, hold on. So,
hi, Bruno.
Okay. There's two decks, and I like them both for very similar reasons. Color Mage Oracle is the first one. And I've told you about this one before, and you didn't understand it, so you're probably not going to help me buy it, but I really like it.
Okay, then that's a no.
Okay, hold on. Next. Let me tell you about the Color Mage Oracle. So it's 108 cards, which right there is a great selling point.
Oh, you were just talking about it in there. Okay.
Oh, you heard me in there. Okay, yeah. But I was also talking about it like last week. Do you even pay attention to me anymore?
I hear, there's this deck.
Literally, you just tune out after deck.
I hear deck, and I hear deck. I hear a number. I cry quietly on the inside.
This one's
So
on
it's like
sale.
it's like blah blah deck. Wah 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 wah. Way too much money. Wah 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 wah.
So I think this deck.
And then a new deck shows up and you're like, honey, you can have a bag.
Yeah. That's exactly how it goes.
That's exactly how. I don't need to listen to the rest. It's like, oh, this is a deck. This is how much you're spending, and I'm making a bag for it. The rest is just.
I mean, it's kind of accurate, but okay. Anyways,
see, so I
But
can.
now
So
you-
I. But you have just justified why I can tune out.
but wait.
Oh, I'm sorry that I stopped.
You can't tune out during say yes to the deck, though. You can tune out the rest of the time. You must keep petting the dog the entire time. Okay.
Apparently, yes.
So.
Are we almost done? Cause
No, we
look
haven't.
at this. Look at this. He's like, you stop.
Yeah, you're not allowed. Okay, so color.
I've already got a hand on his chest, but that's not good enough.
Color Mage Oracle. Okay, 108 cards, so lots of cards.
Okay, are you getting Oracle deck, or is it?
Actually, it's between two Oracle decks because that's just how the elimination ended up going. I ended up eliminating the tarot decks that were on the list.
You eliminated tarot decks over Oracle decks?
Apparently, I did. I didn't really think about it that way, but yeah, that's what I did.
I suppose that's not funny these days, but just
Well,
wondering what's wrong with you.
What are you doing with my head?
Just checking.
Or were you feeling my temperature to see if I
Just
was
checking
okay?
your temperature to see if, like, you know, like you've got like 104 going on and you're delirious. I don't know.
I do like Oracle. I have
Aw,
lots
my
of
puppy.
Oracle decks. Not as many tarot decks.
This is basically, if I'm not sewing, this is how I spend my day, by the way.
He loves you.
This is we play video games together. Look, we do this. We play video games together. It's
That's
bad.
actually how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
focus,
anyway.
focus. There are 108 different colors and 108 different cards. Each card has a color.
108 different colors. Dude, I get lost after the basic.
But wait.
What?
But wait.
But wait, there's more.
It lists the name of the color, which is cool, and I'll tell you why I have
Oh,
other things.
God.
Hold on. There are all these different key phrases, lots of different things. Now, because it's just a color on a card, like beautifully swatched out color, it would match with any deck.
Okay, so what are the keywords and stuff like that like?
The key phrases and the keywords look really good so far. So, for example, brown, in a video I recently saw, said, like, get grounded, right? So they seem to apply to...
I thought it was going to say something else.
Anyway, so I shouldn't have given you that example.
Okay, you're going to edit the crap out of this.
I
And
know, I have to.
the good stuff goes at the end. It's fine. Go to the end for the good stuff.
That's where all the good stuff goes. That's true. All the shit
You'll
show
hear the
stuff.
word poop if you go to the end.
That's how it works. Almost every video, too.
You've bribed the dogs.
And now we're going to get you back on track. Okay.
Good luck.
Color Mage Oracle. Okay. Quick, what do you remember so far? Please don't...
Colors. Lots of colors. 108 colors.
Good job. Okay. Now, one of the things...
I
that's
know 6 colors. I know red and all the various shades of red.
Educate us on colors
Blue,
later. Yeah.
red, blue, green, yellow, purple.
How many colors are in my coloring
Orange.
pencil sets that I have?
Way too many.
Right. Okay. Now listen to the rest of the interesting
Okay.
things about this deck. Okay.
Okay, so
When
way
it
too
first
many
came
colors.
out, it had like 70 cards.
Okay.
What's interesting about that is that that's because there were 10 cards for each chakra.
Okay.
Now you know how I feel about those.
So did they invent new chakras to add more cards?
You're such a butthead. I don't actually know why they ended up.
Why am I a butthead?
I don't know why they.
I'm just asking. You said they matched the chakras. It's like, wait, there's only 7 chakras at 70. Where did the other 3 chakras
They
come
might
from?
have added. There are actually 2 extra chakras in some systems: the Soul Star and the Earth Star, I believe it is.
Okay, well that's 9. We have
Okay,
18.
there's more.
We have to account for 18
Okay, hold
cards.
on. Let's pretend for a second that there's only 70 cards, just for the sake of the argument. I'm excited.
there's not.
I'm excited that.
See, and you say I don't
Wait,
pay attention.
But I'm excited that there's.
I know my numbers.
Wait. Yes, you. Oh my god. Okay, wait. There's 10 cards for each.
Yeah, you've got to do this for 2 different decks.
Oh boy. There's 10
Okay.
cards. There's 10 cards for each chakra.
Okay.
Now, I currently have a chakra deck that the only one that I can manage to like get along with, well, because there are 7.
But you love everybody.
Hold on, but there are 7
Oh.
chakra cards for each. 7 cards for each chakra.
That's 49 cards.
And I use that in my chakra.
No numbers. I know numbers.
Self-care chakra reading. Here comes the dog, doesn't he? So I'm excited because in this deck there's a few ways I could work with it. I can use it as a chakra deck, right?
Yeah.
It will
Okay,
match.
I heard that part.
It will match with any deck because there's no specific art style to try to match. So I can match it with any of my existing tarot decks for doing combination readings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very universal, and I can also use it for playing with color. Like, let's say I was doing a coloring page, I could give myself a reading. This is what I realized when I was in there talking. I could give myself a reading, and then I could, like, have a color palette and then color the page in that palette. So it'd be a really cool way to, like, merge.
Oh, sorry, this will keep them.
It'd be a really cool way to merge divination and, like, color, which would be really fun.
Okay.
So I'm kind of excited about that, to be honest.
Okay.
The other deck.
Oh, there's another deck. What you doing?
He's, edging.
He's trying to get between us because he doesn't like that I'm talking to you and not him.
So the other one is...
Come here. You get me every day, all day during the week. Stop it.
Soul Trees Oracle.
Okay.
So it's a tree-based oracle deck. Also lots of pretty colors. Also a decent amount of cards.
Basically, I know trees and fruit trees. So
They're all kind of like wintry looking trees, but they're in various colors. There's also 7 chakra cards built in, so 1 for each chakra. There may be other chakra associations, but I don't know in the deck.
okay, so both
Lots of
buddy,
expansive
where are you
keywords,
going?
lots of cards.
Dude. Okay.
He's trying to work his way.
He is jealous of the attention that Lisa is getting.
Yep.
When I'm sitting over here, this is him and me.
Yep.
This is his spot for. Look at him. He's looking at you like going, why are you?
Why am I here? I know. Okay, so...
It's okay. She's allowed.
So...
Look at him. He's like, no, she isn't.
price.
Wah. Price. Okay. Okay, so basically we spent like 30 minutes just trying to get through the first deck. And now we're going to spend 4 seconds on this deck, and you don't know which deck you're already getting.
Okay, that's a very good point.
It's a very good point. It's like, I'm going to keep trying for it. Well, I was a shit show, so that's fine.
You didn't make it any easier.
Of course
Okay,
not.
Soul Trees, to be completely fair, Soul Trees has been on my list for a very, very, very long time, and I just keep not pulling the trigger. So part of my hesitation is like...
so let's back up. Are both of them, which are that? They're both in print still?
Yes, but I actually thought that the Color Mage Oracle was out of print for the last several years. Turns out it's not out of print, it's in print. There's a shop that's carrying it. It also used to be about $130 to buy this deck, and it's now $69. It says it's on sale, but it's been $69 for like a month. I've been looking at it.
Well, it could just be a leading up to Christmas sale, so that might change after Christmas.
That's true. Soul Trees Oracle would probably cost me about $100 by the time I get it here, like most
There's a
independent
cheaper
decks.
deck. I like the cheaper deck.
You always like the cheaper
I always
deck.
like the cheaper
Actually,
deck.
that's not true. One time you convinced me to buy the more expensive deck.
I think I was having a stroke that day.
No, you weren't. You were fine. Okay, so they're both independent. They're both oracles. They both would match well with lots of things. Although I have to say, like, the appeal for me with Color Mage is that it will match with literally any deck. Because there's nothing to clash with another deck. Do you know what I mean? So there's a real, like, universal appeal to it. I'm also, because lately I've been coloring and painting more, there's part of me that's like just really excited about the idea of having colors
you're
to play
coloring
with.
and painting. Okay, you're coloring and painting more. It's a less expensive deck. You literally spent like way more time and energy trying to tell me about that deck than it's like, oh, by the way, and there's a tree deck. It's like, okay,
That's true.
it's like, why are you even here? It's just you're just here to mess with me. It's like I'm gonna go mess with Peggy, but I already know what I'm getting. You spent 30 seconds on the other deck.
I guess I did only spend 30 seconds on the other day. Well, it's still pretty. And the other thing is the other one's been on my wait list for a long, long time, or my wish list, and I've never pulled the trigger. I've never been...
Okay, the other one you thought was out of print. Now you're seeing copies of it again. So honestly, at the end of the day, you don't really know the story behind where the status of that one is whether it's in or... It might actually be out of print and somebody, and they're just selling some back copies. Maybe they found a case of
That's true.
deck somewhere.
The other thing is I noticed that when I added Color Mage Oracle to my Say Yes to the Deck list, I was literally like, it was hard to not impulse buy it. It was really hard to wait.
So you've already decided. You just
I guess so.
need to talk to the process and go, oh, wait. I
guess
I didn't need to talk to you this time.
I guess, yeah, because I didn't feel that way.
Glad you came and talked to me, though, because that was fun.
You were ridiculous.
I was not ridiculous. I was amazingly awesome.
We did get some good dog cuddles in, so there's that.
Lots of dog cuddles.
And you now have a...
Okay, so the tree deck. So yeah, I don't, okay. You can tell me more about the deck if you want. I'm assuming you've already gone over that in the video. So the lovely people that are watching aren't missing anything by you not telling me about the deck.
I don't think so. Like,
okay.
I showed them the deck. Okay, the thing about the Soul Trees Oracle 2, I will say there is a bit of a scarcity difference between the two because you're right. Color Mage Oracle I thought was out of print. Now it's here. I don't know if it's here to stay. Soul Trees Oracle has been available this entire time. It's on its multiple print. Like, it's had multiple printings.
Okay. So, thing is, like,
if I change my mind, I can probably get Soul Trees later, but I don't know if it would work that way in reverse.
Yeah, like, I mean, you don't want to panic buy because of scarcity.
No.
But at the same time, it sounds like it's a deck. Yeah.
I can think of so many different ways to use it.
And it's a cheaper deck, so I win.
I can think of so many different ways to use it. I think that's what's exciting me the most, is I can think of lots of different ways to play with it. And that's always fun, right? Bruno, you are literally, you are the one everybody's going to be here to watch, and that's completely okay, because you're all I want to look at, too.
Is that why you were, like, yelling at them earlier? Bribing them with treats to get them away from the camera?
Okay, that was when they were both literally blocking the entire shot. Okay, I think I'm good. I'm going to get Color Mage Oracle.
Yeah, as soon as you said, oh, and there's trees, and then moved on back to Color Mage again, that made it pretty obvious.
I guess I already made my decision.
I think you had.
Well,
you just needed to say it out loud. Spend 30 minutes saying it out loud.
Thanks
Good
for
luck
your
with that.
thanks for your hashtag helpful.
There's
going to
be some awesome bloopers.
This is going to be the best blooper one ever.
Yeah. No cheese graters were hurt in the production of this video.
Oh my god, stop talking. Just we're going to outro now. Okay, you ready? Okay.
Outro.
Yeah. I'm going to go buy a deck.
That's a fancy word.
He's grabbing my hand. Look at this. He's like, "Hi, pay attention to me." Okay, so thank you so much for hanging out with us.
You know he learned it from you, right?
Are you going to let me do the thing?
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah, I love you.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching. Please click like if you enjoy watching the entirety of this.
Stick around for the bloopers. I'm trying to talk her into leaving it all in.
We'll see how it ends up.
It's bad. It's
There's
really
a lot.
bad.
There's a lot. So there may be like another 10, 20 minutes of video after this. We'll see. But yeah, like this video, subscribe if you're new here. Click the little bell to be notified of my future videos. Let's see what else goes in there.
Like,
oh yeah.
Subscribe. Book a reading.
Oh yeah, book a reading. If you want to book a reading with me, you can always do that.
Like, I mean, how do you manage to do this on your own?
Hold on. If you want to book a reading with me, you can always do that over at supportivetarot.com. I do it fine when I don't have distractions.
Are all your links below?
All my links are below. I never say that,
Yeah,
actually.
it's like, oh, dude, scroll down for the links, and then you don't get to spend 20 minutes explaining shit. Aren't I helpful?
She is the helpfulest.
I'm the helpfulest.
Okay, well,
I'm awesomely helpful.
on that note, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to go buy a deck now.
Bruno
Thank
says
you.
bye.
Thank you so much, and may
Bye.
your magic always shine from the inside out.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Why do I do this when I sneeze? What is that going to do? No idea. Besides disperse my aerosolized particles, thank you, COVID, for this terminology, all over the frickin' room. Gotta go wash my hands and sterilize. BRB. Okay, so
No.
you can't every damn time. You can't just
Yes,
start
I can.
With,
I can.
Start with no. You had a
I have dog.
You have dog.
Okay, apparently hiding behind the dog was not my smartest move.
You have dog hair all over your mouth.
Oh.
Aw, look. He's like, hello. Aw.
Okay.
All
I
right.
just put my face on him again.
We should probably watch the tag because it's got our phone number on it. Maybe not give
got your phone number.
It's got both of our phone numbers on it.
Number. Because if nobody was thinking of stalking us now, there's your hint.
Here's your instructions. You can just look at the dog's collar. Get our
New
phone
Year's
number.
Eve.
It's not that we get 85 texts. No, we're not that popular. Okay, so anyways.
I'd like to think I might be that popular one day.
Let's pretend. We'll play pretend.
We'll play pretend.
Okay, guys, we need to film for a few more minutes. Do you think you could let us? Maybe? Pay attention.
This is what I get out of this.
Is torturing me?
Okay, you get a deck, I get to torture you. We win.
Fair.
We win.
Okay, that's fine. It's worth it. Okay, so anyway. So, Color Mage. 108 cards.
I don't need a bath.
108. Oh my god, he's being so cute. Stop. You're so distracting. You're stealing the show.
Okay, well, you don't need to be distracted. And anybody who's watching can just rewind to the good stuff.
But he's so cute.
There. He's still gonna clean my arm.
He's like, hi, I love you. Hi.
He loves me.
Oh, buddy. I don't
He's
need
fine.
Dex. I have a doggy. Look at him.
Okay, then this
I
episode
didn't
is
mean
now
it.
done.
No, I
She
didn't
said
mean
it.
it.
You heard it. You heard
I
it.
didn't mean it.
I don't need Dex. I have a doggy.
He's just so cute, though. His little eyes. Okay.
See?
Okay. I still want to decide on one of these decks, though.
Oh, you still want to decide?
Look, I want my cake and eat it, too. That's how this goes.
Apparently, you're not getting
Like, you don't need anything, Mommy. You have me. And
purple, another shade of purple, more purple, purple plus. Like that's.
it's like a box of crayons, but it's cards. Okay. Anyways, there's also a keyword.
But you have a box of crayons.
No, I don't think I do. You should get me a box of crayons. I have.
I think we have. I
have Crayola twistable pencils, but I don't have crayons.
Oh, the pencil ones. I thought.
At one point, I had crowns. I don't think I kept them though.
Did you just say crowns? Probably.
You literally are doing this to me so that I will say it, aren't you?
Well, now I am.
Anyways, we can argue about the correct pronunciation of crowns later.
You just said crowns.
That's how I say it.
You said crayons, and then it just started degenerating into crowns.
Okay, hold on. So,
don't poop yourself. Okay, that's pretty easy advice.
Oh my god. Never make a deck. One of the things. You're such a child. hold on.
Dude, you're the one that has a box of crayons.
You just need to help me make one decision once every couple of months. Could you just hang out for could you just get your crap together this one time? Okay.
You may have to clip this out.
Well, you think? With all the barking?
I'm going to go deal with the dogs.
No, just stay put. Hey! Enough!
Put that at the end. Hey,
Get over here.
Come here.
No
it's
more.
All done.
Done.
Wow, you're being so, toppy. You are a dominatrix.
Oh my god, no! I'm never going to forgive Skylar for that.
Skylar nailed it.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I only dominate.
Look at you top those dogs.
Oh my god.
You're the top dog.
No, stop talking.
You're the dog topper.
Oh my god. I can't put any of this in the video. Stop talking.
Well, at the very least, do me a favor. Do me a solid and clip this part and send it to Skylar, okay?
Okay.
He can do whatever he wants with it.
No. I don't know where his brain would go with
Skylar,
that.
you have permission to do whatever you want with that clip.
Oh my god, I'm so not a dominatrix. Okay, anyways.
What are you then?
Stop talking right now. I will never speak to you again. No,
What?
that's not.
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, I'm gonna do bad things to you.
That's what I was afraid of.
I'm done. This video's never happening. Oh my god. How is it possible you give me so much blooper material in 15 minutes of sitting together on the couch? It's literally like you are a walking, talking blooper machine.
Okay, have you not lived with me for how long? You can't be in the same room with me for 15 minutes without having this much blooper material. My god, I'm a walking shit show. You know this.
Okay, can we...
That's why you married me, because I make you laugh.
It's true.
Even when you don't want to.
Especially when I don't want to.
I just kicked the camera.
Okay. We're gonna try to do this.
Oh, look at your puppy.
No. Don't make eye contact. Okay, we need to focus. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, well, apparently we're focusing on stroking my boobs to get the dog hair off.
Just kidding.
You can keep working
I
that dog.
was just trying to help.
I appreciate it.
Okay. That's what I should put at the end.
What?
Pew!
After stroking my chest? Yeah, that's a really good image there, baby.
I didn't really think of that, but that's really funny.
You can clip it out so you have you stroking at my chest and then
you being an asshole making a comment and then why are you so twisted? I love you so much.
Whoa. No, wait, I started that one.
I do all this work to make myself look pretty for this
You do
video,
look pretty!
and then you ruin it!
You look really pretty!
Because now I'm purple!
You're just not a very good dominatrix if you can't keep this
Stop
shit
with
under
the
control.
Never gonna forgive Skylar.
Dude,
Ever. You will never let this go.
I'm like, hey, and you're like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr."
Okay, we can do this.
I told you, one of these days we need to put a camera right there and just get on with our day-to-day lives because this is like...
literally how we live. I know.
Yeah.
Everybody send help. All the help.
I'm fine, guys. I don't need help. Don't listen to her.
You need so much help. I just don't think it exists in the world.
Okay, my little dominatrix.
Stop! If you call me that one more time. Okay.
God, I love Skylar.